rumors. Drops the mic like Thor's hammer, boom. Chasing M40, scheming plots in the writer's room. Lord Triage sketches stories, threads of the loom. Pop culture dissected, every panel consumed. Comics, anime, films off rewind. Deep dives, we leave no frame behind.
Like the story of Dracula, or at least his origin story, as a tragedy.
Super breakdown, it's one wild ride. X-ray the pixels, every Easter egg exposed. Marvel to DC where the fandom explodes. From Akira to Gotham, the saga unfolds. With the narrators of myths.
Oh my god.
Wow, holy shit, shapeshifter.
We
The
dig for the gems,
shapeshifter.
open the doors. It's a super breakdown, we're cracking the code.
Let's touch on Blackheart real quick. We just shouldn't give.
From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride.
Yo, what's up? We are back at it again. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
All right, this is going to be a great one. Welcome to the Super Breakdown Podcast, everyone. I'm Power Maximus. We're here with everyone's favorite demigod, Lord Triage, and the Darth Legacy himself, Jason M40. Yo. Oh, man. So, I think this one's going to be fun, too. I think this episode is going to be fun. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. If you guys haven't been paying attention, because I know I was a little bit late on getting the posts and the promos out there, we are going over HBO original series Welcome to Derry, these first two episodes that came out, while also touching on and breaking down a little bit of Pennywise the Dancing Clown. So this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be great. Let me start this off by saying, and Triage, I know I said it to you earlier, but what the fuck was that first scene of Welcome to Derry?
Yeah, it definitely caught me off guard. I was not expecting.
No, not at all. Not at all. Like that shit was intense. That shit was intense. But like I couldn't like stop watching. Oh man. So okay. All right. So let's start this off. Let's start it off this way actually. Let's give a breakdown of Pennywise the Clown, because seeing as how Welcome to Derry it's actually called Welcome to Derry. It's a prequel of the two new It's that came out with Bill Skarsgård playing our lovely Pennywise. So it's a prequel to that. Yo, room full of blurs, Lady Mandalore. What's up? Thank you for tuning in over on YouTube. We are going over Welcome to Derry, the first two episodes that are out, as well as touching a little bit on Pennywise the Clown. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so yeah, let's go. Let's start off with a quick breakdown of Pennywise and who he is, what he is, since this is actually a prequel. As always, take it away, Triage.
Oh, okay. So it is explained within the Stephen King verse, and I would like to just acknowledge real quick just how layered that verse is.
Yeah,
because there is
cool.
Material upon material that overlaps here that creates a very fine web of information and knowledge. So, no pun intended. Mr. King, I tip my hat to you, sir. So, it is explained that Pennywise is basically in the Stephen King verse is the ultimate evil. He is basically a cosmic being that feeds off fear, pain, and suffering. Now, it's explained a little bit that there is no true form to its being. You can't understand it. The human mind doesn't comprehend it, literally. It's just that the closest thing you can relate it to is true. Its true form is that of a spider. But it doesn't actually have a true like form that you can be like, oh, that's this, or oh, it's that, or no, like its true form, you cannot truly comprehend it. Like it literally drives people insane.
So it essentially, in a way, if you were to look at it, it would present itself as your worst fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
and it's even explained that like it's not even so much that the reason why it does that is because it's tenderizing and seasoning the people it's scaring.
Mm-hmm.
That way, your fear, and it's weird because it's actually I've heard this said with actual like with cows and cattle. So it's like that's one of the reasons why when cows are slaughtered, they're slaughtered a specific type of way because they really say that the fear and the panic will sink into into them, and it really makes the meat taste different, which is fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like all the adrenaline pumping through their bodies when they're in fight or flight mode, like spoils their meat.
Right?
Yeah, you know what, and chemically that definitely makes sense because our feelings and our emotions do have a physical effect on our bodies. You know, I know a lot of people, and I'll speak for myself in that. So if I'm under like an intense amount of stress, my stress manifests physically, and I have like spasms in my back, like muscle spasms in my back when I'm overly stressed. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Your feelings and your emotions really do have a physical effect on your body. So I would 100% make sense to me.
I've
Yeah.
heard like the cows of like Wagyu beef. They like give massages. They have spa days. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean,
A spa day for my steak. Will they think of next?
right. At least I know my steak is well taken care of. The tenderizing it before it's even time to cook it.
Right. So that is one of the reasons why he antagonizes his prey so much before devouring them. And this is one of the reasons why if you watch the It movies, why he goes out of his way to constantly antagonize the Losers Club.
Yeah.
He's basically tenderizing and seasoning them for when he eventually devours them.
Yeah. No, that
And
100%
we also mean literally eat.
Yeah. Which is an insanity.
Yeah.
It's so funny that we're doing this episode because I was looking at the comments and Taco brought up a good point. Doesn't the next episode drop in like 3 hours?
It does actually.
Yeah. Oh, Taco, good point. Absolutely good. 100% good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
I mean, my $1 million question I want to know is what's up with the military? Because I'm thinking it's a connection to another thing inside Stephen King, but I'm not sure yet.
I remember you talking to me about the one dude, and how he crosses over with The Shining.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dick Halloran.
Yeah, Halloran. He's the chef in The Shining.
Correct.
I mean, honestly, the thing with the military, that would make a lot of sense to me because they're treating it like it's a weapon, and they want to find it because right now it's the Cold War, right?
Yeah.
And the Cold War in the show, and
I mean, probably in real life too. We don't know.
Yeah, probably, but they're looking for it, but we don't know why they're looking for it or how the military even knows it's there.
Well,
yeah, we do get it. We do get a quick shot of the 3 Native American young men that are watching, spying on the site. So there's a possibility it could be something based off of a Native American lore. Maybe like they're the ones that they know it's there. They know it's always been there, and their job has been to make sure it stays there.
I mean,
possibly, yeah, I get what you're saying, or maybe it's just been around since then.
It gives me feelings of like the Magi in the Mummy series.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see. Firestar was also a Stephen King book that dealt with military experiments. Yeah, so there's a possibility. I believe that if it's the same people that are in charge of it, in charge of the experiments, that will be interesting tie over.
That was the shop. The shop is the ones who experimented on Charlie McGee and Firestarter. The shop is also the same group responsible for what happened in the Mist.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So once again, that whole thing was them trying to weaponize them. Then if you look at the mist, that was them, once again, some things man was not meant to tamper with, and they had the best of intentions. And it took us to
Road
new
to
heights.
hell.
We all thought it was going to be the next step. And so, like Jay said, I think that they have every intention of trying to weaponize him to use him against the Russians. And then, lo and behold, they come across some shit that they had no idea what it was they were really messing with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I could believe that.
And
I mean, right now, I mean, they have a plan apparently with this, this military Air Force officer.
I'm pretty sure it's because him and Dick Halloran have The Shining.
no, just Dick Halloran does.
No?
The Air Force officer, they recruited him to this location because he has a damaged amygdala, which is something that now he has no fear. His body is not able to generate a fear response.
Yeah. All right. Copy. Thank you.
So
Sorry.
if his body is not able to generate a fear response, then
And
he may be the perfect candidate, to like face off against this thing.
Oh, interesting. Sorry, I just thought of something.
Shoot.
So the thing with it is that it is actually rooted into the town itself. It's literally said that because it's been hinted that if that indigenous tribe hid it away and sealed it away and locked it within the town, it's actually soaked into the ground. That's why.
So it's part of the land. It's literally connected with the land.
Yeah, it's literally part of the area, and that's why you see the things it's done so far. You got to remember, because technically, as far as I'm reading into this in the series, Pennywise is trapped.
Yeah, at that point in time, he should still be.
And then they talk about how he goes into like his long slumbers, and then he wakes up every so often, and then he goes back.
27 years on some Jeepers Creeper shit.
Yeah, but random, whatever. I'll not go along with it. But
yeah.
So the theory also is that, if memory serves me correctly, it's explained, and this goes back to the Dark Tower, is that Pennywise is also one of the characters that can travel between the tears in the walls, therefore traveling between floors, thus traveling from book to book. Don't quote me on that. That's not a direct analogy, but I believe that's the way it transpires. That's one of the reasons why you see him every so often.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also one of those things like where, despite of what may happen or what may go on, it can't be destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Because as long as there's good, there's evil. There's always a balance.
Well, I don't get that either. So, do you know about the whole thing with the turtles?
I was like quickly and vaguely introduced to the concept of the giant space turtles.
So, basically, it's supposed to be that on the other end of the spectrum, there is a giant space turtle, and the turtle represents the ultimate good within the Stephen King verse.
Okay.
Oh, before you continue, also, did you guys catch that reference in episode 1?
Which one are we talking about? I guess that's kind of vague.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. In Derry, the first episode of Derry, what is the charm? What's the charm that Maddie gives to Silly?
Susie, I caught that. Well,
I caught that. I was like,
you see several turtles, several.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like remember, I think the school mascot was a turtle.
Yep. So I was about to say that part too.
So that's the whole thing with the references to the turtle. It's supposed to be that the turtle is supposed to be the ultimate good, and it's supposed to be the offset against Pennywise's evil. Now, the rumor is that the turtle is actually dead or dying, and that's one of the reasons why he can run rampant the way he does.
What do you mean? So
it's stated by him in the book that the turtles died. And it's like, if you've ever read the book or listened to the audiobook, the turtles mentioned several times in the book. like by characters who keep having dreams about turtles, or have had this thing like where one of the main characters wakes up and for whatever reason couldn't remember why she had thought about a turtle, and then
Okay,
like dismissed
okay.
it. But it's one of those things because it's people have what's the word I'm looking for? Have a connection to the turtle who have had direct contact with it, or
Okay.
had or by happenstance someone who's dealt with someone like because all the members of the Losers Club damn near wind up married, but no one has children. Everyone winds up successful, but they all are extremely flawed as individuals.
Uh-huh. I mean, going through some shit like that would fuck anybody up. And have those flaws. Lady Mandalore, a room full of birds, says Steven was on that Paiute when he wrote that shit. No, but I feel like when it comes to Welcome to Derry, right? I feel like I personally haven't read the book. I have not read it. I've only watched the original movie and I watched the new Bill Skarsgård movie. So for me, I'm a little lacking in my lore, right?
I'm halfway through it myself.
Halfway through it, okay.
The book, yes.
Okay. But yeah, I see. This is this is about to be a wild ride. Like I said, that first episode I feel like set the tone for the show. So right over it, when it comes to the show, like first episode, we're introduced to this kid. He's a runaway and shit like that, and then shit gets crazy. I don't even know how to explain what the fuck happens next because I mentally couldn't comprehend what was happening next in the car.
Oh,
but like from the moment he got into the car,
well,
to be honest, I was completely with it. I'm like, oh, okay, they about to give him a ride over to this place or whatever, or they all gonna get attacked and they all gonna get eaten.
I have a theory about that too.
Yeah, well, give me 1 sec. And
oh yeah, of course.
And then, what? Okay, can you tell me how the mutant baby bat thing ties into anything?
That's my theory.
All right. Well, what you got, Jay?
So, okay, we've seen this mutant devil baby thing. We've seen it twice in episode 1 and 2 so far.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this thing has got to be connected to it. Now, I think that because we've seen it twice, and because in both times we've seen it, basically, it's been an attempt for this thing to live in the outside world, and it doesn't. So I think that it is attempting to obtain a body in the physical form somehow.
I don't know, because like that thing is most definitely like a physical manifestation. It's not one of his mind tricks on people. Like he actually murked them, and then that's another crazy thing. Like the group that you get introduced to, like they all get squad wiped.
True, but remember, she wakes up and it's all a dream.
No, it wasn't. They're already dead.
Are you sure?
It seemed like it. They had the whole memorial and everything, all that they said. Unless she's currently in a dream.
I thought there was a scene of her waking up after
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Yep.
like as to say like that didn't actually happen.
You know, at first, that's what they wanted you to think in the show. That's where they wanted you to think. They wanted you to think, oh, it never really happened. And then the next clip, she's at the school and they mention it because to her, in her mind, she's like, I don't know if that really happened or not. And then the principal talks about the memorial and remembrance and stuff like that. Because remember, I'm pretty sure that's a time skip because apparently that happened over the summer.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, I see
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
all that happened over the summer, and then when she woke up, it was the first day of school.
Okay, so these children have to still be alive somehow.
Well-
Georgie wasn't alive.
Well, the thing with that is that it's explained if it's explained if I'm understanding correctly is that when it devours you or consumes you, it doesn't just eat you and digest you. It's like slowly absorbs and digests you over a long period of time. But once you're consumed, you're consumed.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons why. If you watch the movies, that's why once people look into the deadlights, how it affects them physically or it puts them in that trance state. But it's no different. It's no different from you having venison and then just eating it as needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like it's kind of like in Supernatural with a djinn.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. They slowly feed off their victims. No. Yeah. Lady Mandalore says, "Nah, them kids is dead." But she also said that she's very very happy with the strong female characters, but I need less uterus in this show.
The uterus,
right? I'm not bugging.
Are we getting a lot of uterus? I don't believe we are. I mean, we've seen a few children pop out, but I mean, I don't think we're getting
No. That she's absolutely right. I need to not see that again. I 100% now. I get what she's saying. We got because the first episode, and then the second episode with what's her name? What's her first name?
Oh,
the black young black lady.
Reggie.
Yeah. Ronnie. Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because her name was Veronica. Yeah, Ronnie. Yeah, in the bedroom with her mom, when she sees her dead mother. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Yeah, I need to see. I am hoping that's what you're going with it. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. Now yeah, see, I gotta see less of that. Less of the the birthing process. I did it once in real life already. I don't want to keep seeing it. That was a lot.
It's a beautiful magical experience, man. Beautiful magical experience.
It absolutely is. But when there
not
is
in that scene.
But when what comes out decides it wants to go homicidal and has sharp teeth, bat wings, or the place it has to come out of has rows of dozen of teeth and a tongue that's an umbilical cord, and no, thank you. No, thank you. So I think, yeah. The show, I will say, so on a cinematic level, right? I will say
great.
It's bringing the same energy as the Skarsgård's films. It because sometimes there'll be that disconnect. Right?
Listen, man. Honestly, I think he stepped it up because if I'm keeping it a stack, I didn't find Skarsgård intimidating. I didn't find him scary.
No, not at all. No, I agree. I didn't either. I mean, there was a few scenes like that were just the jump scare things that made me jump, but I don't get me wrong. I like his design. I do. I feel like it's original and it is scary. It is it's scary looking. But yeah, personally me. But it's also probably I'm an adult, so yeah.
Well, listen, man. Scary is scary, all right? Because I watched Tim Curry and I still get goosebumps. Tim Curry was fucking terrifying.
Yeah. I guess he wanted to go a little more whimsical because honestly, sometimes when I saw Tim Curry, it sometimes I thought he was finna just gonna run up and slap a nigga. Like, I don't know. I felt like he was just like until he opened his mouth with the razor sharp teeth. I like just standing there as a clown. Like I felt like he was just ready to run down on niggas and smack them. Like from the way he stood and stuff like that, he looked like on surface a sad clown. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
On the other hand, Skarsgård took the more whimsical approach. You know what I mean? So pretty much like if you were to look at Tim Curry's, you would take everything that you would think that is stereotypically a clown, that a clown stereotypically does, the balloon animals, the honking, the nose, the face paint, and all that, and then just make that all evil, like evil balloon animals, like and shit like that, right? That's Tim Curry's. Bill Skarsgård is more along the lines of I'm gonna laugh and all this jump around while I still have the knife stabbing you in the back type thing. You know what I mean? He was super whimsical. I feel like Tim Curry didn't have a lot of that whimsical, which made him more terrifying. Like Tim Curry,
I don't know.
Tim Curry's like his clown looked like he looked like a birthday clown on his break smoking a pack of Marlboro Lights.
So how can you think that's
Fucking
scary?
hilarious.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
That's hilarious.
he's a clown, but he doesn't embody what a clown would stereotypically embody. You know what I mean? Which makes it a little more scary. Fucking look at what was it? John Wayne Gacy? Clown? Yeah. Let's look at that. You know what I mean? It's the same kind. Oh, go ahead.
I got one for you. Look at it like this. Can just because we're talking about clowns, ha ha. So think Nicholson's Joker versus Jared Leto's Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
Like Nicholson had he was the flamboyant gangster. He had the flair, and as soon as he cracked a joke, he shoots somebody in the face in a room full of people. Everyone be like, "Oh shit!"
Exactly. It's all ha ha funny till it's no longer funny.
And then like you had Leto, who was creepy, was unsettling, and it's like how he made people physically uncomfortable. But it's like you're not quite what we were expecting in this portrayal of this character. So So once again, like I don't think there's been a bad Joker in my opinion. I just think different actors focus on different aspects of his personality.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I also think time and society plays a big part in that also.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Because hold on, let me do some quick research. Continue. Let me just do some quick research. I want to go back to that.
Like the reason why I say that is because if you look at it and when it's set, that original book takes place, over 20 years ago. So it's like, if you look at it from that aspect, and then you look at it like where it's centered to the point where it's like, the remake takes place over 20 years ago. So it's centered around the time like when we were kids. So it's like, all right, so you see that point in time in the way society's changed and the way things have gone on. But the original version is a whole 20 years before that. So it's like, you got to your material is being based in the 60s versus your material being based in like the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a big jump.
Right. And then if you look at modern day, like the shit that scared me doesn't scare my niece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different generations find different. It's different creepiness levels, like almost.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's just because, like I said, it's time and place of everything. Like things aren't the same. These kids are like the shit that we grew up with. I'll put it this way: the shit we grew up with, like we made them watch the shit so much that now they're desensitized to the shit.
Yeah, like God forbid we see a tit on TV like when we were kids.
I'm just saying, J Lo popped and it was like, I'm sorry, not J Lo, Janet Jackson popped and we were like, oh, cool. No, when
Okay.
when it happened for us, we're like, oh my god, oh whoa. These days, for them, that's just another day on Twitter. I mean X.
Yeah,
Literally,
you ain't lying.
literally, like literally.
Unlawful place. What? But I also think about like that's actually a very solid point. You know, about the time period in which it takes place. Um, in the '80s, that shit was terrifying. That shit was terrifying in the '80s. You know what I mean? Um, and well, let's see. Let me do a little bit more research because what I was originally thinking didn't work because I was going with Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but that came out in 1988, and Tim Curry's original It came out in 1990. You know, so and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, that shit was fucking cult classic, terrifying. That's actually Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Is actually the reason why I was afraid of clowns when I was younger.
Killer
So
Clowns.
yeah, so
Never seen it.
what I was thinking was that like, that movie drops and then the fear of clowns skyrockets. And so what do? You make another movie based off that's more grounded in slightly grounded in reality. You know what I mean? The clown looks more humanoid. He looks more like everyday person. He looks more like a clown that you would see or that you would rent at, your birthday party, which makes it even more terrifying because you're like, holy shit, this motherfucker could be standing in my backyard right next to me. My mom and my dad could have hired it, and next thing you know, now we're all dead. You know what I mean? It fuels that kind of fear, which is why the first It, you did so well, at least has become such a cult classic. Now, on the other hand, you look at Skarsgård's, it doesn't have that. It didn't have that buildup behind it. You know what I'm saying? People, we're not scared of clowns no more. We're not, scared of clowns.
I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they? And speaking of killer clowns, didn't they just drop a John Wayne Gacy movie docudrama, some shit like that?
Yes, they did just do another one about JC.
Now, here's the other question: when was, let's see. No, never mind. See, that time frame doesn't even line up because if I remember correctly, John Wayne Gacy, that was like what, 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in 70s, and then Killer Clowns from Outer Space came out late 80s. It, early 90s. So it doesn't really set right. Damn, that sucks. 'Cause I was gonna try to make a connection there, but there ain't no connection there. Let's see. Oh, all right. So yeah, Lady Mailer, she asked, what side of Twitter are we on? You don't want to. You don't want to. It's fine. Yeah, just take our take our advice. You don't want to be there.
I don't have a Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah, respectfully, the original
Wow.
movie wasn't scary. The adults during that time made it a big deal because Tim Curry was weird because he was in Rocky Horror Picture Show. That is also a good point as well. That was also what happened.
She said Tim Curry wasn't scary.
Yeah. She said no. She said the movie wasn't scary. Yeah, she said the movie wasn't scary.
Well, I'll also say this because considering I'm getting through the book, there's a lot of shit that just doesn't translate between screen to film, and then certain stuff got left out. Like if you watch the original one, where they have that scene where they have Ben, because Ben was the one that was heavyset.
Yeah.
Where they go to carve Henry goes to carve his name into his stomach. Now, if you watch the original one, that doesn't happen. He says he's going to do it, but then Ben falls backwards. Now, if you watch the 2017 one, he carves the H into his stomach.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah, and I thought that was interesting. And again, we also had to think about the times in which these films are being made as well.
This is true.
You know, certain things were acceptable back then, but then certain things now aren't acceptable. It's really just like a society thing.
Yeah, different things are accepted today that weren't back then, vice versa.
Yeah. And then, damn, when did the first Evil Dead movie come out? What, like 81?
Never seen it.
You never seen the original Evil Dead movie?
Evil Deads, man.
Nope.
Whoa.
I know of them, never seen them.
I only recommend really watching the first Evil Dead film, and then I thought Army of the Dead was hilarious. I thought it was great. It was great. The first movie is more, there's comedy in it, but it's more horror than anything. And then the second film, it's more comedy than horror, but it is a fucking great film.
Yeah, if you're like a big fan of like pop culture horror, like old school pop culture horror, you'll love it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's so since you said you're about halfway through the book, Tank?
Yeah.
Yeah. So which one would you say is closer to the book thus far? Tim Curry or Bill Skarsgård, as in like the storylines, not necessarily the characters, but storylines.
Ooh, that's good. Well, so
and
like I said,
you guys in the comments, let us know the same, and drop your answers in the comments.
So like I said, there's a lot of similarities between materials and things that get done and how they get done, but like I said, I think it's just one of those things because times have changed and certain things are a little bit more accepted, so they can be shown a little more openly.
Yeah.
So I would actually say that while I prefer the original, I would honestly say that the remake's a little bit closer.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. And again, that also might be because, like you said, like certain things are more acceptable now. So yeah, that 100% makes sense. A lot of people had issues with the Bill Skarsgård ones.
Well, like I said, in my opinion, he wasn't scary. But my whole thing also is like from absorbing the material from the book and then knowing like how it plays out also on screen. Like to me, reading the book, I don't have that sense of dread as I do from watching the material.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
Now, absolutely. I don't know if it's because I need to see something to be scared opposed to reading it and being scared. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. Like, I just don't feel like he came off with that sense of dread to the point where he was terrifying. I get that, like, he's targeting children, like you said, and we're adults now, but it's like, I just don't get that from him.
No, absolutely. And I feel like that's more so about what I was trying to say. The difference between them, like I said, Tim Curry's clown looked like he was more with the shits. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely agree with you.
Like on the other hand, Bill Skarsgård, you see him and you're like, you know what? Something's not right there. You know what I mean? I feel like it's
cracked. Like something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you see smoke of the marble, like it was no funny.
I'm just saying, like for real, he does. He looks like, and I think that's what makes. I feel like Tim Curry is more more terrifying, or at least more scary, because again, like I said, he looks as if he belongs in a way to this world, but you have the air and the feeling of something's not right. You know what I'm saying? He really looks like somebody that could have been hired for your son's birthday party. You know what I'm saying? He's just really bad at his job. You know what I mean?
Sure,
And
sure.
you know, like you know what I'm saying? It looks I guess it's because like I can see myself being fooled by him. You know what I mean? He's a clown. He looks like a clown. You know, he looks like a clown that you see all the time. The nose, the hair, the makeup, right? But now you look at Skarsgård's and you can look at him and tell that's not human.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I mean,
And-
in my opinion, a demon trying to portray human isn't supposed to look fully human, though.
Exactly. Yep. No, exactly. And that's and that's what I'm saying. That's why Skarsgård really isn't that scary, because you can look at him and be like, you know what? I'm not going over there. I'm not going over there. You know what I'm saying? But like Tim Curry's, the nigga could walk up on you and you just think, oh, this nigga's a grumpy ass clown. He had a rough day at a kid's birthday party. I heard them, 1-year-old birthday parties are a pain in the ass. So I can understand this man being grumpy. Hey, man, want a cigarette? Need a cigarette? Need a light? You know what I'm saying? You need a drink. You know what I'm saying? I can see him tipping back his flask. He looks more relatable, looks more human, which makes it more terrifying. You know what I mean? It makes it more terrifying. If I saw Bill Skarsgård's chilling out in the cut, staring at me, I'm not going over there. Even as a kid. Even as a kid, I'm like, you know what? That's fucking creepy. I'm not going over there.
An argument like could be made because he looks more human. He's not as scary.
But the thing with that also is like, when you look at certain characters. Now, me, I'm a larger person. I'm not someone who's I would say I'm not someone who's easily intimidated. You know what I mean? But I also don't think of myself as being intimidating.
Yeah,
that's very true.
But I'm aware of my size, more of my voice carries. I've been told my entire life that my voice is deep and it echoes. So I try not to raise my voice now because people feel like I'm yelling at them. So
honestly, when you get excited, sometimes I get scared.
So if you look at things in that perspective, it's one of those things like where that might be the whole point. Like, you know what I mean? You're being lulled in like the what is the fish with the light?
Angler.
Right?
Angler
you're watching that disco light, and next thing you know, the nose with this mouth of sharp teeth. You know what I mean? That's kind of the whole point. The disarming of them to an extent, and it's also one of those things like where it's something that kids can commonly associate with, but it's also something that children are afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not unsettled immediately, you're lured into it, and then once it has you with the lure, like it did with Georgie,
yep.
The second you're too close, you're too close.
Yep. Yeah. And you said Skarsgård's like the past when they're younger takes place in like the 90s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the present was set in modern day.
Yep. Yeah. So that's another thing that makes it more like not as like terrifying, because it's not very relatable. I'm sorry. In the 90s, a kid, even a little kid, anything in a sewer, niggas is not fucking with it. I don't like. Am I wrong? I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 94, and I can damn sure tell you, hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, no,
that's not happening in the 90s.
I want to say yes. I want to say it was 88, and the only reason why I remember it was 88 is because there's a scene where they're going into where they're going in past the movie theater and Batman is playing.
Oh yeah.
The original Batman with Tim Burton by Tim Burton is playing. That's the only reason I remember that shit. So yeah, it's actually 88. So it's 88 and 89. So that's how I remember that.
That's funny.
So like you said, you would hope that that kid would know better, but it's also one of those things that you got to remember. If Derry was this small town, now once again, we're from a small town. You know what I mean? Everybody knows everybody. You don't really think nothing of it. Like, there's parts you want to be, there's parts you don't want to be. Everyone's aware of that.
Yes.
So, if Derry's the town, like, where nothing happens, in my air quotations, we all know shit happens, but where nothing happens, there's no murderers, there's no gangs, there's no shootouts, there's no wild shit that goes on, but that's all public perception because all that stuff is buried because of what we actually know happened in the town. For example, we all see that Dick Halloran is friends with what's the pilot's name again? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, the one that he got shipped with?
Yes.
Ah, shit.
Ramirez?
No, it was a white dude.
No. I'm talking about the one that has the damaged Nicholas. I can't say it.
Oh, Hanlon.
Oh, the damaged Amelia.
Hanlon. Yes. So Hanlon is saved by Halloran at the Black Spot. So the Black Spot was this club that was set up for the Negroes in town to go to because they couldn't go to any of the ones that were owned and operated by white people. The Black Spot is burned down by Derry's rendition of the Klan.
So, question: do you think that's where they went after they left the bar?
Oh no, they're definitely going to show that in the show. I'd be very surprised if they don't, because this is right around the time when that happens, and that's the reason why Dick Halloran and him were friends, because Dick Halloran uses his ability of the shine to save him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, all right. I need to see this. So, few comment updates, right? Lady Mandalore says that she feels like the remake is closer, but Derry helps bridge the gaps even more so, which definitely agree. And then back to the point of when you raise your voice, she's like, I'm scared right now, Triage, but you don't lose points for that. Laugh out loud.
I appreciate you, my sister.
I'm interested to see that, because here's my thing. Like I said, I'm not a huge Stephen King fan. I'm not a major Stephen King fan. I've seen I haven't even fully sat through The Mist, the original or the remake. I haven't actually sat through either of those. I think I watched the original Firestarter when I was younger. I've definitely watched Carrie. I've watched Carrie kind of recently. Again, I watched the original It. I watched the new, that Dark Tower movie that came out. I didn't watch Gunslinger though.
So wait a minute. Say it again.
Yeah, the Dark Tower. Didn't they have a movie specifically for the Gunslinger?
No.
Or was Dark Tower supposed to be the book Gunslinger?
Yes. So that was the misconception, because the first book of the Dark Tower series is the Gunslinger.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why. I swore there was another movie where Idris Elba was toting iron.
The Harder They Fall?
Yeah, it might be The Harder They Fall.
Is that what you're thinking of?
No.
Great movie.
No. Maybe because there's a specific scene I'm thinking of. Maybe it wasn't Dark Tower. But yeah, my point is, I'm not a huge Stephen King fan, so but I haven't read any of the books, right? And so I say that to say, I didn't even watch the sequel to The Shining, Doctor
Sleep.
Yeah, Doctor Sleep. I didn't even watch that one, which I really wanted to, because Ewan McGregor I should.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good.
But so I don't really know much about the Shine and what the Shine is. Would you be able to update me?
So it's explained that the Shining is a in the Shining. It's explained that it's a telekinetic link that some of them share, but it's actually explained to be more of a psychic based ability. And it's like how certain people across the Stephen King verses have access to the Shining, but have different variants of it. Like
Mhm.
you just brought up Charlie McGee. Now, Charlie McGee inherited her abilities because her parents were experimented on by the shot. Now, her father could mentally push people.
Mm.
I believe her mother could do
I
the
gotta
same.
watch that new Firestarter.
I believe her mother could do the same, but I can't remember.
I see. I see.
So,
Um.
Charlie McGee actually inherits her ability. So Charlie actually has a version of the shine, and hers, um, what's I'm looking for, manifested as
Manifest.
pyrokinesis.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Carrie, you mentioned her. She has a version of the shine, but hers manifested as
Telekinesis.
telekinesis. I always took that John Coffey also had a rendition of the shine, but I don't think it's ever really been confirmed that he had it or not.
John Coffey from
The Green Mile.
yeah, I forgot Green Mile was a Stephen King.
He's got to have it.
Yeah, I think. I mean,
mean-
that would. I mean, that's the only thing that would make sense, unless he was going like the angelic route, like he was. Because I always took the Green Mile like as if he was like he was an angel, in a human body. That's kind of what I took it as. But again, I was also really young when I watched the Green Mile as well.
Well, it's also one of those things where I'm not. It might have just been the fact that like one because of the period of time who he was and where he was. You got this oversized person who had this power who wasn't educated or didn't know any better. Like it's not like he had some kind of comprehension of the world, what was going on around him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I think that was a big part of that also.
Mm. But that'll be interesting if we find out that he did have what he had was a version of the Shine.
Right. And then matter of fact, you said you sat through the Dark Tower, correct?
Yeah, a while ago. I watched it like once and was like, wow, this is bad.
So Jake Chambers, he also had a version of the Shine.
Mm-hmm.
That kid that was running around with Idris Alba. So,
Yep.
and I feel like that was a very bad fumble of a great, great, great opportunity.
What do you mean?
The Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I feel like it did not, because especially you have two at the time they were both A-list actors. Like McConaughey took a pretty big hit in his star power because of that film. Same thing with Idris.
But my whole thing with that is too is like, as far as that goes, that's not them though. That's the material.
That's the material. Like I said, so yeah, I'm not blaming
Yeah.
them. I'm blaming like the movie was bad, and so it gave them like a little black mark. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And I don't even necessarily think that's the case either, because if you look at their performances as their characters, like fucking Matthew McConaughey being the Man in Black, that was fucking golden casting. All right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Matthew McConaughey plays the very, very, very like I could honestly, at least at that age back then, like I could have seen him being Blackheart. I could 100% see him being playing a Blackheart.
Yeah. That's actually not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
so my whole thing with that is that like he in his character Randall Flagg is actually in several of Stephen King's works also. Like, did you guys ever see The Stand?
Yes. Randall Flagg is in The Stand.
Which one? The Stand.
That is about the apocalypse.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Strand.
No, the Stand.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is Stand. Huh. Stephen King, The Stand.
Now,
Is it
because
the miniseries?
so there was one they did years ago, and then there's one they did recently. They did it like right before the quarantine.
Yeah,
So
92 and then 20.
so the funny thing is that if you watch the miniseries from 2020, Randall Flagg is played by Alexander Skarsgård.
That's funny.
That's
So
funny.
and it's explained that they always talk about how he's like, like their universe's version of the devil. And if you could see the shit this dude, I swear to God.
All right, I'm gonna have to give it a look. It's on Paramount Plus. Bet. Yeah, I gotta check that out then.
Great book. I read the book. Very good book.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, nope. I haven't. Like I said, I don't think I've ever read a Stephen King.
A little long, but like The Stand is very good.
And then there was the movie was in like 94, if I remember correctly, and that wow. Oh yeah, Stephen King was actually in that movie.
He pops up in several of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. That was Jerry Sines, Rob Lowe was in that one too. Yeah, jeez. Well, wasn't Keith David in that too?
In The Stand?
Was it the 94 one? No, it's not Keith David I'm thinking of. Damn. Nope, no, it's another movie that I'm thinking of. Yeah, but no, that has some decent star power too. No, I gotta watch though. I haven't not seen either of those, so I have no clue. But yeah, no, I definitely gotta check that out. Now,
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I can find a list to see if someone ever compiled a list of every character in in the Stephen King universe that has a version of The Shine.
I've never actually come across one, but I know there are certain characters that are confirmed to have it. Like I said, it's never been said as far as I know that John Coffey has it, but it would just make sense.
Yeah, actually, I just pulled it up, and first thing Google says, John Coffey from the Green Mile has a powerful shine that allows him to heal others and absorb their pain and suffering.
See?
Yep, there we go. So we got Danny Torrance, from the Shining and Doctor Sleep, Abra Stone from Doctor Sleep, John Coffey, The Losers Club, Mother Abigail and Tom Cullen from The Strand, Charlie Fire Study.
Never crossed my mind. Of course, Mother Abigail has it. That makes sense now. Oh, my fault. Continue.
No, yeah, gotcha. And then Carrie White, like we said, Jake Chambers, like we said, Johnny Smith from the Dead Zone. I completely forgot the Dead Zone was
wow.
Was a part. Yeah,
I actually looked at that recently. That was actually not bad.
The show, right?
I sat through the movie. I started watching the show though.
Yeah, I love the show. I actually watched the show like damn near almost all the way through. And then Jesse from Gerald's Game.
Gerald's Game.
I need to and this is something that I got to look this up right now. All right, because this is exactly what I thought. Yep. Let me make sure. Let me make sure that this is the right one, because there's the movie Gerald's Game. Yep. No, Gerald's Game is not based off a true story. It is a fictional psychological thriller built on. Yeah, so Gerald's Game is pretty much the chick. She hooks up with the dude. They're doing kinky shit. He can't her to the bed. They do the nasty. They wake up and he's laying on top of her and he's dead. So she has to lay there with his dead body, and because she's like stuck in like the handcuffs and shit. and she goes slowly insane.
Oh, I do think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Shit. What's her name? What's her name? Um.
Be
Carla
insane.
Gwingo or something like that. She plays the mother in Spy Kids, and then she also plays the mother in A Haunting of Hill House. Which, oh god, at some point in time, I would love for us to do a just to do something based on like episode on The Haunting of Hill House.
That's a good series.
That is an absolutely amazing. Have you sat through Haunting of Hill House? Tank Triage? Because that shit is and oh my god. I would say like it was the first thing that scared me in a long time. That actually had me like, whoa. Yeah, it actually scared me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like creepy.
Yeah. But in me like amazingly written. Like the writing is absolutely amazing. But yeah, so yeah, all these pretty much, yeah, that's not every character, but that's a good list of some of the characters that have the shine. And I just love how like it all like connects in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I thoroughly have you watched, like, aside from The Dark Tower, is there any Stephen King book? Well, how many have you read? Triage.
Stephen King book.
Yeah.
Well, Gunslinger is the first book. The Red King is the last book, I think.
Oh, you're talking about the Crimson King.
Yeah.
So as far as books of the actual Stephen King material, it's the first one I've been trying to get through, but it's just so goddamn fucking thick. Like it looks like a goddamn dictionary, so it's insane.
That's insanity.
Yeah, it's big.
That's insanity.
But
no, I asked that in order to ask the follow up of, movie wise, which aside from The Dark Tower, has there really been any Stephen King movie that has kind of like that was missed that for you it's just like nah, it's not it?
Well, I don't know, because like I said, there's certain ones that are cult classic. Like for example, look at Cujo.
Oh shit, forgot about Cujo.
Cujo is a cult classic, but I've never sat through it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever fully sat through it either. I've watched a little bit here and a little bit there.
I've sat through it. It's a very good film, but you can tell it's cult.
It's dated.
Like it's cult. Yeah.
But yeah, but okay. So like, any of the ones that you've sat through, maybe even if you haven't read the book, but just like as a film that just didn't do it for you, just as a movie that you just it just didn't hold you or find your interest, that you're just like, I can, I could have went without that.
Let's see, because film wise, let's see. Between I love The Mist, Shawshank Redemption is fucking excellent.
Oh yeah.
But here's my thing too, and this is one of the things like where I'm no disrespect to Mr. King. It might also just be like who brings his material to life better and who doesn't.
True. That's a very accurate point.
Because if memory serves me correctly, the ending that you see in the movie The Mist is not the ending he wrote.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Very true. Yeah, that's true.
And I believe it's one of those things where he actually was like, all right with someone changing the material, because to me, you watch The Mist and you see what happens, you're like, holy shit. Like to me, that was worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was absolutely heartbreaking. So it's like,
yeah. Nobody really liked that ending.
But my thing is too, and this is one of the things in life, like stories don't always have happy ones. And it's like sometimes when you think you win, you really lose. Sometimes when you lose, you really win. Sometimes when you think you win, you actually tied. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And sometimes when you tie, you actually lose. Like it's all perspective. So it's like I love Thinner. Oh, I watched Grave Ship recently. That shit was insane. Carrie, Pet Cemetery. Like, nah, there's, like I said, a lot of things to me don't necessarily age well, but it's also one of those things that we got to look at the material when it was written. But it is also one of those age old things, like where you see certain things that either don't get explained or are larger than life, like the whole thing with John Coffey, or like how Andy Dufresne had to fight for his redemption in Shawshank. Like, you know what I mean? Like those stories are like so much larger than life and have so much meaning behind them. But then you look at shit like It and Thinner and Carrie. Like if some people had just did the right thing, certain shit wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Very true.
Even Pet Cemetery, like I sat through that actually just this year, and it was like I'm not a father. I don't have kids, but my whole thing is like I could not even imagine having to deal with something like that, and then having the possibility of getting a do-over. You know what I mean? And then it's like the dude told him like, yo, sometimes dead is better.
Yeah.
And then when he took him to that spot and showed him what it was, and then he did everything he did, like, I mean, do you blame the person for doing what they did? But it's also one of those things where you have to reap what you sow from your actions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like honestly, that's been a common theme within these last few shows has been that road to hell. It's paved with good intentions, and a lot of times what you think is the right thing, it's not. Like I said, sometimes when you think you're right, you're really wrong. Sometimes when you're wrong, you're right. When you win, sometimes you're really lost. And again, like you just said, sometimes that is actually better. But man, I really don't want to cut this short, but I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. Because I am extremely interested to see where this is gonna go. Like I said, in the ending of the last episode, we saw they pulled. I'm thinking that like it looked like Bonnie and Clyde's car. It got shot up and shit like that, but there was like mad bodies in there.
No, I believe that's the vehicle from the first scene of the first episode.
No. That was like an Oldsmobile.
But no, I think you're both right. So I think because the vehicle was buried in the earth, Pennywise, since he's sealed in the earth, could use it as a projection to ensnare the child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, remember, because they had Dick there for because his shine allowed him to sense where the beacons were.
Right.
And I believe that's a beacon. That's one of the things that was a beacon.
Yeah,
and that's why he looked at it and was like, "We're close." Exactly. Yeah, they said like, but he's like, "We're close," because they were trying to find the beacons because the beacons were all specifically put
surrounding
in one, surrounding it, directly surrounding it. So if they find the beacons, smack dab in the middle of the beacons is going to be the weapon, air quotes.
Yeah, well, I think the quote unquote beacons are all things that have something directly to do with them or things that he's interacted with. Because if you look at them, like he said, you notice the car, you notice the banner, and I believe that it actually said the one banner actually said Pennywise on it. Like I'm just waiting for him.
Wait, they found the banner?
Yes, I believe one of the things they recovered was like a banner or like a It was like
It was like a circus banner that said Pennywise on it or something.
because once again, now if you watch the Dark Tower, there's a scene like where they go through one of those damn portals, and
Yeah.
Jake Chambers winds up in front of an elaborated, a destroyed I almost said playground, a destroyed fairground, and it says Pennywise the dancing clown. So it's like, if you take it from that aspect, it's like, so there are remnants of him different places. So it's like, it would make sense that if they find him, they'd be where he was.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just confused. I don't remember seeing that. Like them finding the banner. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that because I don't remember that.
I think it might have been in like the trailer. Maybe.
Wait. Hold on. So you're talking about in Welcome to Derry they found the banner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to rewatch because I most definitely 100% missed that part. 100% missed that part. I saw the car. Yeah, but no, that would make sense. That would 100% make sense. I don't know. I gotta see where this is going. What the next episode drops at what, 8 o'clock, 9?
Probably one of those two, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I can't wait. I'm interested. What are your predictions, Triage, for for Welcome to Derry?
So I'm thinking that this military group that's trying to weaponize Pennywise, I think we're gonna find out it's a branch or rendition of the Shop, because the Shop is the ones that be doing all this other wild shit across the Stephen King verse. So I'm thinking that they're going to dig up Pennywise, hoping to use him as a weapon or try to contain him or extort his power, and then they're gonna take the genie out the bottle, not realizing once it's uncorked, you can't put it back. And then I think we're also going to get to see a little bit more of Gary's history and the way he's influenced things and manipulated things. Because, as you know, there have been mass acts of violence or death, and it's like how everything's swept under the rug. Like, you know, there is this nice little place that everybody wants to go to or visit. That's on the map that, you know, no one's ever heard of, but nothing ever happens there. But as you know, shit does happen there. So I think we're also going to find out just who knows what and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's another thing I'm looking at too. There's some people that you can tell they know more than what they're letting on.
Yeah.
I would say I foresee that that we're gonna see the formation of the Shop.
That might be this might be like their first mission, or like you might see them coming together as a result of this. You could be correct.
Yeah. And then and seeing that, oh holy shit, because right now they're thinking that this weapon is a physical thing, like a bomb, like a gun or something like that. But like you said, when they uncork that genie, they're gonna realize, oh, this is on the level of supernatural.
Well, I will say
real.
that the military officer knew that this thing, I don't know if he knows it's like a physical thing, but he knows it causes fear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know if they've made that full realization that, okay, this is not a physical thing, this is something otherworldly just yet. Again, they could be thinking that it's a physical thing that it generates fear, and that we can use this physical thing to generate fear in our enemies and XYZ, so on and so forth, cripple them, weaken them. But I think this is what's going to happen is they're going to realize, oh shit, otherworldly shit works and it's out there. What else could be out there? How else could we weaponize these things? Because clearly they already know without knowing about the shine. That's why they have Dick there, because they know that he can sense whatever it is.
Right.
but again, the Cold War, we also have all those rumors and shit like and conspiracies about America and Russia and all these other places working on doing all these telekinetic experiments and shit, working and trying to play around with the supernatural to get an edge within the war. We hear about it when they talk about Nazis and their occultism and shit like that back in World War II. So it's not new. We've heard about this concept for years, for decades. So I'm interested to see what we're gonna give. Jay, what's your predictions? And everyone in the comments, yeah, let me see your predictions. Let's hear your predictions, and then in a few hours, we're gonna see who's right.
I think that we're really gonna find out more about the history about the town, like you said, and I think a lot more is gonna be revealed, and I think that there's gonna be some sort of connection with the town and Pennywise, but like from the past, and something. I think the clown, like, I, I think that we're gonna learn more about like the explanation of like where this manifestation comes from.
Mm. Yeah, because there is a possibility that we may get like a more
Like I think,
refined definition of what Pennywise is.
yeah, like I think maybe at some point the circus had a history in Derry. Who knows?
Yeah. But no, man, this has been an awesome episode. I cannot wait to see this third episode of Welcome to Derry. Because again, like as you can see from episode 1 and episode 2, nobody is safe. We watched 3 kids get murked. 4
Nobody's
kids get
safe.
murked.
Everybody
first-
qualifies.
Exactly. We literally watched 4 kids get murked within the first episode.
Here, take my hand.
Expeditiously. Insanity. Yeah, but no, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. Maybe we can do well, how long is this series supposed to be?
My guess probably 10 episodes.
Well, maybe,
Maybe
yeah.
10.
Maybe 12 at the most.
Because I don't really know like how many episodes like an HBO special usually gets.
And
It's
you never know,
probably-
because they've never said it's just a one-off miniseries, because this shit might get greenlit for another season. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it could. Who knows? Especially HBO is like that. If one of their shows does good, they really do try and come out a second season of something, even though
This could turn into Stranger Things, or it could be Lovecraft Country.
I see more Stranger Things going on with this, just because of the kids and stuff. Which I can't wait for fucking season 5 of Stranger Things. That's gonna be absolutely amazing.
oh, I got reminded of Cthulhu with Lovecraft
Yeah.
when Triage said that.
Yeah. 8 episodes. All right, so 8 episodes. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe do like a quick update. Episode like 6 or 7. Maybe another episode, another update. Episode 7.
That'll work.
Yeah, and then we'll just wait for that final episode, and then we can do like a final one later on down the line after it's all finished.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, bet. Awesome. Oh man, this is gonna be great. I can't wait. This was a great episode, you guys. Thank you everyone for watching, for tuning in, whether you're tuning in on Twitch, on a Kick, on YouTube, if you're tuning in on our Facebook. Thank you guys. This has been the Super Breakdown. I am Power Maximus. We're here with everyone's favorite demigod, Lord Triage, and the Darth Legacy himself, Jason N40. We will see you guys next week. Tune into our Instagram for more updates on where our next episode is gonna be. And remember, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time.
Fuck prep time.
Fuck prep time.
Man, you got to get with it, man. We're going to work on it. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Peace.
Power Maximus drops the mic like Thor's hammer, boom, chasing M40, scheming plots in the writer's room. Lord Triage stitches stories, threads in the loom. Pop culture dissected, every panel consumed. Comics, anime, films on rewind. Deep dives, we leave no frame behind. It's a super breakdown, we're cracking the code. Heroes and villains, we lighten the load. From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride. X-ray the pixels, every Easter egg's exposed. Marvel the DC where the fandom explodes. From Akira to Gotham, the saga unfolds. We're the narrators of myths, the keepers of old. Anime battles, box office wars. We dig for the gems, open the doors. It's a super breakdown, we're cracking the code. Heroes and villains, we lighten the load. From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride. Room. Lord Triage stitches stories, threads in the loom. Pop culture dissected, every panel consumed. Comics, anime, films on rewind. Deep dives, we leave no frame behind. It's the super breakdown, we're cracking the code. Heroes and villains, we lighten the load. From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride. X-ray the pixels, every Easter egg's exposed. Marvel the DC where the fandom explodes. From Akira to Gotham.